Hey, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, I have Thylacoleo back in his SU-100Y, Tier 6 Premium Russian TD, a giant TD with a very large gun, and a casemate TD, which is important to this video. Initially, he sent me this replay and said, hey, this might be interesting to you. If you have anything to say about it, let me know. You don't have to make a video about it. I watched it, and I thought, you know what? This is actually a pretty good example of something I talk about quite a bit, which is getting your gun in the game and being effective, even in a casemate TD, even in a city map. This map is notoriously bad for casemate TDs. There aren't a lot of places for the traditional sit back and snipe roll, although there are alleyways that you can lock down with armored or big guns. It's not the easiest one to play with a TD. Thy's going to have a pretty good game here. It's not going to be epic. It's not going to be a carry, but he's going to have a large part to play and making sure that the game is won. And really, if you take your game and average those kinds of games, as opposed to going from 0 damage games to epic games of 8,000 damage, not a lot of people obviously do that, but you can have wild swings. If you can even out your game to doing top 5 most of the time, that's actually going to help your stats out a lot more and make you more effective, especially on the win rate side. So let's take a look at how Thy does this, because there's a couple important points to be made here as far as casemate TDs and in general in this game of Watt, getting your gun in the game. So he's going to sit here for just a potato, and this is kind of the traditional, I'm going to sit back for a moment with a TD, and fair play, because that is probably not a bad idea initially. See what's going on. Oh, look, I've got a BDR G1B here, and he's sitting back. He's going to come outside or side scrape, and I'm going to punish him with what looks like a high roll of 550 on that guy, and using the gold AP. G1B has fired. He's on a reload. He's kind of hiding. We're going to see here. Oh, look, we've got an Easy 8 coming. Here he comes, and oh no. Darn it. And down he goes from the KV2. And that is going to be assist damage of 750 from the track. So while he didn't do the damage himself, a nice assist. And now this is the important part, or the start of the important part, right? He could have sat back there with his TD and go, okay, I've damaged somebody, I got a good assist, let's sit back here, and I'm a casemate TD, I'm just going to hang out, and I'm going to lock down this alleyway. Well, why exactly would you do that? This is a game about hit point reduction, and the team that does it the fastest wins. You can see that he's already down 2 tanks, but he does have a bit of a push with the KV-220 getting up in the T1 Heavy's face. So what does Thy do? He says, well, that's fine. KV-220-2. T1 is probably paying attention to you. I have this great big gun. I'm going to drive right up this center alleyway, and I'm going to find the side of this T1, sorry, and I'm going to unnecessarily ammo rack him. Well, he didn't have a choice on that, did he? It just happened to happen, but nice job. So pushes up with that big gun. Even though it's an unwieldy tank, he's got support, right? The 220 has the attention of that guy. And Thy's going to come in here and punish him. Oh, look at Churchill 3, right out in the open. We'll just aim right here onto his lower plate and drop 470 on him. Back up for the reload. The KV-220's having a heyday with him. Bouncing a lot. There he goes. Looking at the VK-3001P, who's not interested in eating a shot from Thy. Thy says, well, I got 2 choices here, right? I can go try to chase down the 3001, who's really kind of out of the fight. Unless he comes right up and over that hill and pushes right at them, there's not much he can do. But he sees that he's got a couple wounded, couple 3 over here, couple being 2, couple 3. Panzer 3-4, the 01 Experimental, and the 59-16. And he's got a couple helpers over here to kind of get on these guys and clean up this flank. So let's do that first. Just come over here. We got an 01 Experimental. How do you like that? 383. He stays up top, which I thought was actually a pretty good idea, because those faster tanks are going to dive down into that harder to maneuver area and clean those guys up. And now Thy's headed back towards the middle, and lo and behold, he has an issue back at Cap. Looks like a considerable number of their tanks have come around through the donut and through the back end of the Cap, and now he's flexing back, putting his gun where it needs to be, and dropping 544 on the hapless Churchill 7. Moving a little bit to the right, which I kind of like. Looks like he's trying to maybe minimize the amount of minimize the ability of the Churchill 7 to actually turn his turret on him. But Churchill 7 is really busy trying not to get killed by everyone else in front of him, and eats another shot in the side. Now we've just got to get in here, push in, and clean up the cap. And you'll notice what he is not doing. Unfortunate miss right there. What he is not doing is he is not sat back allowing this battle to happen to him. He is pushing his tank in. Now it's time to use a few hit points to make sure that they can take down these TDs. I probably would have charged that 60 GFT right there with that 3001 going at him. He might have got around the corner just a little sooner. As it is, it doesn't matter because you're able to nuke him right there, and we will not be able to chase down the archer. Somebody else kills him. But it's 2,629 damage, 750 assist, even blocked a little bit in there. It's not great armor, but it does okay on occasion with a little bit of angle. But the more important point is he's on a map like Kharkov, which is a city map, not really known for being a great casemate TD, and he just made the best of it. Paid attention to the minimap, paid attention to what his friends were doing, pushed in and helped out when he needed to. He just didn't sit back and let the battle happen to him. So a great example there, Thy, of a good but not amazing game being really important to your win rate, obviously, and your team's win rate on the map. All right, guys, I hope you like what you saw. I hope you learned something in there. Nice job, Thy. And as always, we will see you.